Everybody, Matt Galogli here, and by the way, welcome to the group. I first of all want to congratulate you for taking the time to, frankly, read a message from me and click on a link and ask to join this group. And what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to just kind of lay out some of the ground rules, if you would, or just kind of what some of the expectations are for this group. And then I'm going to start putting up some videos to help you all become more profitable. And again, this is about having a medical practice that is income producing practice. And the income, where we want to create the income, is we want to create the income for you. This isn't about creating income for you to buy a new machine, and that's what you want to do, that's fine. But this is really about you increasing your personal income. And you know, I have a lot of different friends, and I've yet to find anybody who doesn't want to increase their personal income. And I'll tell you a quick little story. My girlfriend, Katie, has a long-time friend that she went to college with. She started her first business with. They were college roommates in Manhattan, the whole thing. And she wound up marrying a man who went on to become incredibly wealthy in real estate. In fact, the joke is that he's wealthier than Donald Trump. So he's a big-time real estate person in Manhattan and New York and internationally, and does stuff internationally. And I've had the good fortune of we'll go to Miami, and we'll go to the Hamptons, and we'll hang out with him. He's very, very, very nice people. And you know what's interesting? I've had, you know, he and I love to play golf, and we'll go out and we'll play golf, and I play golf with him and other guys that are frankly captains of the industry. I'm not going to name drop, but they're big time, right? I mean, you know, I stand on the first tee, and you know, one guy's worth $5 billion, another guy's worth $4 billion. I always joke I'm the poorest guy within 20 miles. But here's what's interesting. Every single one of them wants to make more income. They want to make more money, okay? You know, I think at that phase, it's a different kind of money. But my point is that I've yet to meet anybody who doesn't want to make more income. That doesn't make you bad, by the way, that you want to make more income. So, okay, so we settle this. You're in this group because you want to make more income. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you some really, really hard questions, okay? And, you know, quite frankly, if you're in a place where you really can't honestly answer these questions, and you probably don't want to stay in the group, and I'm not telling you that to be a jerk, I'm just telling you that to be honest with you, okay? A few years back, we started the ED clinics. And all I really wanted to do is I just wanted to handle the marketing. I love marketing. I love generating revenue. I had a business partner. He was not really fully associated. He had a bunch of other things going on, and kind of managed off the cuff of his hip, and just kind of, you know, would disappear for 3 weeks and then come back and try to make a bunch of changes. Anyway, I had to make a decision. And my mentor asked me, he said, Matt, you have to make a decision if you want to be the CEO or not. And I said, well, I don't want to be the CEO. I just want to, you know, do my thing. And he goes, well, then there's your answer. But if you don't, then you have to realize that the business is going to suffer. Okay. And what my mentor, Rob, was telling me was, no matter what I wanted, there had to be somebody who was going to be in charge. And it had to be somebody out of the two of us who had the money and the vested interest in the practice. Now we were the management company. I'll tell you more about that later. And so that really got me to thinking, and I really quite frankly went on some soul searching. I've been CEOs of companies before. I've helped build companies. I've been in leadership positions, and I really frankly didn't want to take on that role. I didn't want to take on the role of building systems and holding people accountable. But at the end of the day, I realized that it was really, there was no choice. If I wanted this dream to become a reality that I had of having multiple practices of ED clinics, and if I had this dream and I wanted this dream to become a reality, I had no choice but to do it, okay? And I tell you this story because before I go any further about showing you our Patients Everyday model and how to move from the wilderness to the promised land, and the key steps that you have to take, and determining what phase you're in, the first question I'm going to ask you, and this is the first question I need you to answer, and I need you to answer this by typing a yes in the comment sections below, okay? I need you to commit. And that question is really simply, are you willing to give this 100%? Now, I talk to a lot of doctors, and most doctors are like, well, let me get my business manager on the phone. They take care of all of that. And Or they go, well, my wife takes care of that, or, I really don't know or understand. Let me explain something to you. I don't expect you to become as proficient in business as I am. I don't expect you to become as proficient in marketing as I am. Please realize, I have spent as much money as you have spent on becoming a doctor and getting your degrees. I have spent to learn marketing and sales and revenue creation and running businesses. I have at least $350,000 at a bare minimum when it comes to my education from a marketing, sales, and business operation standpoint, okay? So this is what I do. This is my medical degree, okay? However, it doesn't preclude me from not learning about medical procedures if I have an interest in medical clinics. I'm not a medically minded person, meaning I can't handle organic chemistry, but I had no choice but to learn because I had decided that I was going to own these clinics and we were going to be the best, okay? And so you have to make a decision. I'm not asking you to stop being a doctor, okay? That's what you're trained to do. That's what God gifted you to do, and I want you to do it. But you have to make a decision. Are you committed to doing the work to learn? Not to just say, okay, that solution over there is going to work. This is going to be great. But I'm talking about, are you 100% committed to changing the reality of what you have right now? Now, if you can't answer yes for that, then you're probably not going to get anything out of this. You probably might be looking for something that's a quick fix. I'm not trying to be a jerk or a dick or whatever, but that's the reality. I mean, I've coached well over 3,500 entrepreneurs across this great world of ours. In the US, I've coached them in Europe, I've coached them in Asia, I've coached them on 5 continents, okay? And you have to ask yourself the question, are you committed? 1, is this something you want to change, or is this something you want to talk about? If this is something you want to change, then type a yes in the comment section. But that's the first question. Is this something you want to change, or is it something you want to talk about? Okay? Next, here's my next question, okay? And my next question to you is very, very simple. Are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to learn? I'm not asking you to forego being a doctor. I'm not asking you to spend as much time learning revenue creation, running a business as I am, but are you willing to have somebody work with you? And if you are willing to have somebody work with you who has been there, done that, hopefully, would you like me to help you? And if you don't want me to help you, that's fine, okay? I'm 51 years old. I've accomplished a lot in my life. I've had some failures. I've had some successes. I've had some base hits. You get to a different place in your life when you're 51. But do you want to change? Do you want your practice to become successful? Or are you just going to look at this and say, I'm going to outsource it and I'm an office manager, Betty, she can handle that, or Frank can handle that, or whatever? Because you still have to know you are the CEO of your business. You are the CEO of your life. And while there are other people in your life that are going to be more gifted at specific things, you have to have knowledge. You cannot completely abdicate that role. Okay? So there you have it. And that's my question to you. And it's a simple one, but it's a hard one to answer. And when you're ready to say yes, just type yes in the comment section and I'll know. And that's it. I don't need anything else from you, okay? And then the other thing is then go forward and do it. Commit to do it. I've had to make many, many changes in my life, and you have to decide, okay, what am I gonna give up? What am I gonna sacrifice? But we'll talk more about that later, okay? And it comes down to this. If you don't have the income you want, you got to change what you're doing. Or as the quote on my wall says, the tools that got you out of Egypt are not the ones that are going to get you into the promised land. The tools and the skills that got you out of Egypt are not the ones to get you into the promised land. So let's get you some new tools, some new skills, and let's get you into the promised land. All right? I look forward to talking to you and helping you learn. Thanks.